Buddy, what's going on? I am back with another live stream once again for you guys. Today is Friday, June 2nd, 2023, and the current time right now is 7:24 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope everyone has had a fantastic day and a fantastic week. I do have some things to talk about. Some of it's good news, some of it's bad news. We're still gonna have a good stream nonetheless, but I do have a lot I need to cover. So I want to get the bad news over with first and save the good news for last. So, if you haven't seen the video I posted on my second channel, I was talking about some recent drama that happened. And I'm not going to mention their individual names, but, they were being ignorant and hypocritical. So I had to cut ties with them. So they're banned from my channel now. So that's the bad news. That's all I'm going to say about it. And also, we're not going to be doing outside time today because it's raining, and there might be a little thunderstorm, so we're going to just stay inside today. Now, moving on to the good news. I had a very fun day at school today. I went on a field trip to the high meadow and I went swimming, and I got some ice cream. It was so much fun. And then I also got a new vacuum a couple days ago. I'll show that to y'all in a little bit. It's really, really nice. It's a really nice vacuum. It works really well. If you haven't seen my new video yet, I did get a new vacuum. So how was your guys' day, everybody? Hello there to Toon Man. Yeah, hello to everyone else. Sorry, just trying to make an angle here. Don't want it too high or too low. I'm glad everyone had a good day. Yeah, I had a really good day too. Oh, some more good news. I got some McDonald's today as well. My mom picked me up from school and she took me to McDonald's. Yeah, so a lot of good things happened today. And for Memorial Day, I went to my Uncle Michael and Rodney's house. Had a good time there. It was a lot of fun. And there was also some, negative stuff going on, but, I'm not really going to talk about it much. I already mentioned it, what happened. That's the only time I'm going to say it. They're blocked, they're removed from the live commentary mode, and they no longer have moderation. So, yeah, my feelings were very badly hurt by them. Come on, focus. Focus. What the hell? Why is it not focusing? I hate it when the stupid thing doesn't focus. Come on, what the hell? Sorry, the stupid thing is blurry. I hate it when the stupid thing doesn't focus. There we go. Yep, I'm still gonna do the last day of school vlog. And two men, just a word of advice. And I know you're neutral, but you need to cut ties with ignorant people. Because they don't deserve support. That's all I have to say about that. Alright? Because I'm not going to support people who support ignorant people. So, sorry if it hurts your feelings, but you gotta understand that. Don't support someone who's ignorant. Because if you do, I'm gonna have to cut ties with you as well. So I just want to make that very clear. But we're still going to have a great live stream. We're still going to do the vacuuming and fire alarms at the end. And this is the first solo live stream I've done in a while. We will get back to crossovers indefinitely. But for now, we're just sticking to these. So yeah. I need to find my phone. Oh boy. Yeah, too, man, I understand you don't want to take sides, which is totally fine. But if you're friends with ignorant people, we're going to have a problem. Just keep that in mind. I'm not trying to disrespect you, but we're going to have a problem if you're going to be friends with them. You know, if you want to be neutral, I'm fine with that, just as long as you're not friends with them. Alright, so I want to make that clear and make sure you understand that. Guys, isn't it cool how I now have the iPad really close up to the fire alarm? I have one of my, I have my oil bottle holding the iPad, so it's right up to the fire alarm. I would like it if it had a little more light, but... Alright, awesome tune, man. Now we got some more light. I want to keep this light on, the only problem is it's going to drain the battery. So I can't keep this light here for long, but you know, I need to actually get a light to put here. That way you guys can see my alarm actually, you know, better with a good light on it. Hello Pixel Fan, hello Adrian M. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. Hopefully you had a day just as good as mine was, because I had a fun day having, you know, that field trip. We need to figure out something that I can do so we have some light here. It was also very hot today, so I'm using my air conditioner. You know, but I'm happy it's Friday and it's gonna be the weekend. You know, I always look forward to that, especially, you know, I'm not joking with you. I literally have 2 weeks left of school, 2 weeks left, and then I'm graduating. The week after next week is my last week. And my last day. So that's pretty much when I graduate. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you guys are going to join it with me. So guys, here's a little FYI. Today and tomorrow's streams are pretty much going to be the same thing. They're both going to be solo. And I'll have the camera up to the fire alarm for pretty much the whole stream until, you know, we do the vacuuming and the testing with the other fire alarm, the one that I have on my wall. But my plan for soon, I'm going to try to get a light so you can actually see this alarm better. And I know you can see it now, but yeah, I want to get some, you know, better light on it so you can see it even better, you know? That's what I want to do. Like, that's something I really want to do. Do you guys think that's a good idea? Like, if I continue to have this set up, I will probably do that eventually. Probably sooner than later. So yeah, just one final word to all you guys who are not taking sides. If you are going to still be friends with those ignorant people, those individuals, I'm going to cut ties with you as well. I watch those other streams to see if you guys are friends with them, so don't think I do not see that. I watch that, so if I see you're, still being friendly with them, I'm going to cut ties with you also, so you better understand that. Or else I'm going to remove you from the stream too. Want to be neutral and not want to take sides, fine, but don't be friends with them. Not trying to start drama at all. That's just a disclaimer. If you don't want to be banned from my channel. Because I'm not going to be friends with people who are also friends with ignorant people. It's not the way it works. And I don't mean... I mean that you cut ties with them for good. So yeah, last time I'm saying it, so got that out of the way, so that's good. I actually got $25. I can spend this on more McDonald's, but I actually got this money because I'm supposed to be going tubing on Sunday, so at the same time I want to spend it on more McDonald's. Guys, also when I was at the High Meadow today, I also went in the photo booth area. And I took some pictures. You remember those other pictures I took of Norman when I went there in 2019? Well, today I took the pictures there with me there by myself. I'm sorry if it's a little dark, but I try to shine some light on and you can see. I'm sorry if it's a little blurry, but I'm going to actually hang this up on my wall. I know exactly where I'm going to put it. Have to put some tape behind it so I can put it on. So that's cool too, man. Yeah, I just got McDonald's today, like after I came back to the school from the field trip, my mom came and picked me up and then we went to McDonald's. And it was really, really good. I had a large fry, some 10-piece nuggets, a Big Mac. It was actually really good. Guys, I have a question. And If you think it's up to me, then fine, but I want to hear your choice. Do you think I should spend that $25 on more McDonald's, or do you think I should spend it on tubing? Yeah, at the same time, I do kind of want to go tubing as well. Even though I also want more McDonald's, because McDonald's is so freaking good. Guys, what do you think? What should I do? Just give me your opinion. What should I do? Should I go tubing Sunday or get more McDonald's Sunday? Alright. I have the thing on the wall now. I can show it to you later. A happy belated birthday, Tyler. Hopefully your birthday was good. I know it's a little late, but I still want to wish you a happy birthday. So, happy belated birthday. Alright. Be aware, this fire alarm can go off anytime during the live stream, so it might scare you a little bit. Hello there, Jimmy. And Abstract Tom. I'm doing fine. hopefully I have more good days like today. And guys, guess what? I have even more good news. I almost forgot. This summer, I'm gonna get a landscaping job. I'm gonna get paid $15,000 or something an hour. Isn't that awesome? So I can finally get myself some money to buy myself an iPhone and maybe a laptop. Yeah, I'm excited for my new job because I'm gonna get some good money for it. Kind of didn't want a job this early for the summer, but at least it's a job of me doing something I like, and not to mention, of course I'll get, paid for it. I'll get paid some good money, so I'm definitely happy for that, and I'm excited. So, I can get McDonald's more often, I can get KFC a lot. I can help my mom pay bills, and, if a car breaks down, I can, have her fix all that stuff going on with it. So a lot of good stuff is coming for me. At least I'll be getting paid money, so I'm looking forward to getting money. Because usually, I never have much money, and I'm always low on snacks, so having money from my new job is going to be very, very helpful, and it's going to be nice. Being poor absolutely sucks. It's like, it sucks when you don't have any money to buy things, and it's bad. It's like, being poor is just terrible. Screw being poor. So I'm happy, I'm finally getting a job where I'll get some money. And I don't have to worry about that crap anymore where I'm starving and I have nothing to eat. Screw that. Like, starving sucks. Is this thing not focusing again? Are you kidding me? Come on. Focus. Like, I hate it when this thing stops focusing. There we go. Now it's working. Like, sometimes it'll just go out of focus. Like, screw that. It gets annoying. Yeah, guys, today we're definitely gonna stay inside. Yeah, 2-man, good. That's a good idea. And that applies to everyone else too, If you're gonna take sides, if you're going to defend ignorant people, we're absolutely gonna have a problem. And I'm gonna ban you from my channel, so don't be friends with them no more. You can't be friends with both of us. Either one or the other. Alright, sounds good, Toon Man. Yeah, exactly, Toon Man. And hello there, Alex Basaki. Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully you had a good day. Yeah, so Toon Man, I think we mentioned that enough as it is. I think I already mentioned what I needed to let out there, so let's switch the topic. Yeah, Tyler Clinton, it's good to have you back. I mean, we missed you. Not sure where you've been, but we're happy to have you back, so welcome. We welcome you back on. Yeah, Jimmy, don't listen to people like that. They're just retarded. Don't listen to retards. They're a waste of time. Yeah, people like that are immature. Don't listen to people like that. Once again, we're moving on from that, so let's not talk about negatives. How about we talk about positive things? How about you guys explain how your week was? What did you do this week? Maybe what did you do today? Let's talk about some positive things.
Yeah, Toon Man, but whatever. I don't really know if I'm gonna chat on his stream on Saturday. It all depends, but if not, I'll probably just watch it. Usually, I always watch him. I don't chat in every single one. I don't always feel like chatting, so again, but let's not talk about it. Let's talk about positive things only. No negatives. We already talked about it. We already, mentioned what we had to say, so now it's time to move on. Guys, here's a word of advice. Don't get a job if you're not gonna like it. And if you get a job that you think you're gonna like and you don't like it, then just quit it. You know, don't be working on something you don't like. If you want to have a job, you want to enjoy it. It's not just the money that's important. It's also important to be happy working at your job. So yeah, if I were to work somewhere and people were ignorant, nope, I'm sorry, but I would quit my job. No way would I work with ignorant people. Like, that's the same thing as having an ignorant teacher. I'm not gonna sit there and tolerate that. I would quit. I'm not gonna sit there at a job that I would get disrespected at. Yeah, TPMO. I'll add that on there soon. Yeah, Jabali, I'm not dealing with that either. No way. I don't care if I would make money from that, I would still not work there. Like I said, if you're gonna have a job, you know, make sure it's something good. Number one, something you'll like. Number two, you know, people need to not be ignorant. You know, and everyone needs to treat you with respect. It's not just about the money, it's also about, you know, your passion. You know? People think it's all about the money as long as you're getting paid money. You know, it's not just about that though, it's also about, you know, doing something you enjoy. Working and getting paid for something you really enjoy doing. Those things are huge, so only get a job that you're interested in. And never apply to work somewhere where you're not even interested into working. You know, if you ever did find a job and you didn't like it, you know, just quit it and find something else. Yeah, Two Man, now I can see why your job sucked. In culinary class, usually I would always wash, or I would dry all the dishes. I thought washing them would be pure hell, but it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Looking back, I actually think drying them is worse. Alright, so we're gonna do the vacuuming at 9:15ish. So 1 hour and 2 minutes later, we'll do that. And the fire alarm will be around 9:20ish or so, and then the stream will end around 9:30. Tell you now, I would not want to have a job unclogging toilets. That, to be honest with you, I would refuse to do that. I don't care if I would get fired. I'm not gonna do that. Never get a job that you're not passionate for. Always make sure to get a job that you're gonna love. It's not just about the money. It's also about what job you're interested in too. You know. So don't just think about the money. Also think about what are you passionate in working on. You know. I heard, boss, that my job that I'm going to be going to is really nice, so that's good. So I don't got to worry about freaking ignorance and crap, you know what I'm saying? Let me see if I might have a filter for this.
It's another thing about my new vacuum, it didn't come with a filter, but I might have one that will fit it. I hope. Might not work the best, but it'll be something. Something is always going to be better than nothing. Of course, I'm going to test it out and make sure it works, make sure it fits. Obviously, if it doesn't fit, I can't use it. You know, it's got to fit. Since I'm about to test it, let me show you my new vacuum I got. If you haven't seen the video, everybody, it is a Eureka EnviroVac. And it works really well. Only things that were wrong with it were, number one, the hose was really clogged and it needed some cleaning, but I cleaned it up. I even put a new belt on it. So, actually, you can see how it works with the filter in here. Oh, not bad. Alright. So, that works pretty well. I need to unwrap more cord. See how nicely it works. Looks like I have to adjust this again. Oh boy. That's going to be a pain in the butt to deal with that. But I think it picked up something. Yeah, it definitely did. I don't want to open it because it'll make a mess and I'll have to clean it up again. But it does work. You know, and that's pretty fantastic. I have an idea to clean this out without having to empty out the dirt cup. Oy. We'll see what I'm about to do. Ah! I was hoping that wouldn't happen. Okay, give me a second. We will clean up the mess. Alright, please hang in there while we repair these technical difficulties. I don't know if there's any such thing as an iPad tripod. That would be really nice if there was. Alright, oh look, it's even in focus now. Perfect. Okay. To be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this filter in here because it doesn't really fit and it's loose and I don't like that, so I don't know. But alright, see you later, Toon Man. I think the reason why the iPad fell is because I have it on the charger and the battery better not freaking be getting low on me either. Or else I'm gonna have to end the stream early and I don't want to do that. I think the reason why it'll do that because, you know, my freaking charging plug will get hot. So to solve that problem, I have to swap it over to a new plug. And then it'll charge again. I think that's what does that because that happened in the past and I just had to put a new plug on it and that fixes it. So if that happens, that's just what I'll do. Let's actually look up this vacuum's real filter. And I'm gonna keep on making videos forever. I don't quit. Because quitting is retarded. I'm not a retard. I don't make retarded choices. I make good choices. I don't do things that I'm gonna regret later on. You know? Hopefully tomorrow it's not gonna rain. Let me just double check the weather for tomorrow. If
tomorrow is nice. We will do outside time. And tomorrow it looks like it's going to be nice out. And tomorrow it's going to be like 60. I'm not sure why they chopped off the clip on this cord. That was just a terrible decision. So now when I wrap the cord up, I can't clip it onto the thing because it's chopped off or whatever. It's one thing I wish they haven't done to it. Because now I can't put a cord on it. Or I can't clip this thing to the... You know what I'm trying to say. Turbo brushes I really don't use much anymore, but maybe I'm gonna change that. This Hoover turbo brush actually fits on this Eureka pretty well. Even though it's the red one and the blue one would match better, maybe, but that one is a little bigger than this, therefore it doesn't fit. But, you know. But yeah, I mean, making sure, is anyone still in the chat? not trying to be pushy either. I just want to make sure everyone is still here. I'm just double checking. No offense, the stream is kind of getting boring because we still have a little bit until the vacuuming. Unless you want me to do it earlier, and we'll just start at like, we'll end the stream at 9:15 like we do on Saturdays. Well, this piece on the vacuum actually screws off. I never knew that. It actually screws off. How interesting. I just figured that out. That's pretty cool. Now I can't get it on. I actually want to try the live together thing again because this stream is getting hecka boring. I'll be straight up honest. Maybe I could turn it on. I don't know. I think it might be too late. See if this will get everyone's attention. That works. Guys, what do you think we should talk about next? Honestly, I'm thinking about doing the vacuuming and fire alarms early because the stream is kind of getting boring. You know, no one's chatting, and I'm just sitting here, and I'm not sure what to talk about either. So I think we're just gonna do vacuuming early, if that's okay with you guys, because I'm getting bored out of my mind right now, just sitting here. That's the new thing. If people are just gonna stop chatting and stream, I'm just gonna do the vacuuming and fire alarms early. Just so we have something to do. So we'll use my red Dirt Devil and my new Eureka today for the vacuuming. There's 7 people watching. I guess no one's in the mood to talk anymore. I'm not trying to be pushy either. A disclaimer, alright? It's just frustrating. You know, it's just boring, you know? Like, I'm not trying to sound mean or anything. So, honestly, I'm just gonna make the stream fun myself. We're gonna just do vacuuming early. So, we'll just use my red Dirt Devil first. We'll save my new Eureka for last. So I'm just gonna get that set up now. So we're gonna do this, and the fire alarm is I'm ending the stream. It's awfully boring here. I'm fed up with it. So I'm gonna do something to make it less boring. Hey guys, I have a question. And make sure to answer yes or no. Are you ready for vacuuming? Guys, I want a response. Are you ready for vacuuming? Yes or no? Alright. Pixel Fan says yes. Okay. It seems like you guys don't know what to talk about either because you're not chatting. So I'm just gonna make an assumption that y'all, are stumped and don't know what to talk about. So we'll just move on to vacuuming. Because I'm bored out of my mind too. I hate to make this stream shorter, but I mean, honestly, I'm hoping tomorrow's stream will be better. You guys probably don't have much to talk about, am I correct? Yes or no? I assume you guys don't know what to talk about, which I can understand. And I know some people don't feel like chatting, which is fine, but I would just appreciate it if you let me know that first, so I'm aware. If you know what I'm saying. Just make me aware. you don't know what to talk about or whatever, instead of just leaving me in the dark and not telling me. You know what I mean? So just, I would appreciate it if you would let me know. Just a word of advice for all of you. Just let me know, if you don't feel like chatting. So I'm aware, okay. Pixel Fan doesn't feel like chatting. That's just an example. I'm just trying to give advice. So I hope you understand that. Because we want the stream to be fun, not boring. It says there's like 5 people watching. No offense, if people are gonna go, or if people are choosing to also watch the ignorant people stream over mine, well, those people are traitors. I said I wouldn't bring it up anymore, but that's a theory I have. Like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, if you could tell by my thumbnail of the live stream, I got a haircut. Because my hair was starting to get long and it just got uncomfortable. So I shaved it Thursday morning for the beginning of June. Yeah, Pixel Fan, I feel like you are the only one here because no one else responds when I ask them a question. Yeah, that is true. Not to mention when I wear that, whatever that thing's called on my hat. What the hell am I saying? When I wear that, whatever it's called on my head, like it's not going to be like really hot because I shaved my hair, It's going to be a little more comfortable. Because when you have a lot of hair, you have it over your head, like, it might be kind of uncomfortable and, it might be hot. So that's why I'm happy that I got a haircut, so now I don't got to worry about that. It won't be as hot. It probably might still be hot a little bit, but like it won't be as bad. Why is this thing not saving? I hate that. Like, it happens to me like all the time. The stupid thing doesn't save. So to fix that, I have to bring up a new tab, and it's such a pain. I hate having to do that, but it's the only way it'll work. Guys, here's the deal. I changed my mind about going with solo streams now. I'm gonna go back to crossovers again because this is not working out. This is ungodly boring. So starting tomorrow, we're gonna do crossovers again. And I'm not gonna force people to join. I know some new people, like for example, Jabali and who else? Maybe Nick Perez and Anna. They don't want to show their faces, which I can understand. But I would appreciate if new people would be willing to join the crossovers. Again, of course, they don't have to, but it would be a good replacement, for the other people who used to be in them. Like, I'm just saying, it's just a suggestion. Or I'm sorry if I can't talk. It's a suggestion. I'd appreciate it if you would join, but you don't have to. But you know what I'm trying to say. So I just wanted to point that out. Anyways, we're gonna get started on with the vacuuming here. This stream will end at 9:15ish or so. I didn't know this thing actually unscrewed. I think that's very, very cool. It's a new thing that I found out today about the Eureka. You know, hose piece where it connects to the vacuum. You know where that plastic clear tubing is? That black right underneath it, that actually unscrews. Now, people aren't chatting no more, but we're still going to do the fire alarm and vacuuming anyways. I'm not trying to sound pushy, but I would appreciate it if you guys would let me know first instead of just friggin' leaving and abandoning me. You know, it's just frustrating. It makes me so frustrated. I'm really not trying to sound mean, but it's just frustrating, you know? Ow. I hate it when iPads fall. It's such a pain in the butt. And today we're going to be doing this versus... Oh my god! Why do you have to do that to me? Anyways, you can see my McDonald's I got earlier in the background. So today we're gonna be doing this versus this. We're gonna use this one first. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start crossovers again, but hopefully we'll have new people joining. Because the other people that joined, well, now they all became ignorant, so we're gonna have new people joining the crossovers, hopefully. I'm not gonna promise it. I know some people like to be anonymous, but still. If they would join, I would appreciate it. Honestly, I think you guys should join. I really think y'all should. I know y'all like to be anonymous, but personally, I think you should join. And honestly, if you really don't want to show your faces, you know, I'm fine with that. If you just want to, you know, talk, I'm cool with that too. Like, I'm not gonna force you guys to show your faces. Y'all can just talk and not show your face. That's totally fine. You know. But I think it would be a really good idea. So I hope you guys agree with me and actually take my suggestion. It'll make the streams a lot funner, so... No offense to the anonymous people, but... You guys should at least reveal your voice in the stream, if you feel comfortable, of course, but it would make it more fun and enjoyable, you know? Just advice. It'll make the stream more fun to replace the other people that were in here. So, anyways, we're going to stop wasting time. We're going to get on to the vacuuming. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alright. That's the famous Dirt Devil
on this channel. Remember my other Dirt Devil, the big orange one, the self-propelled Vision, that one was used to be the one that was always shown on my channel. And that one is still kind of famous today, but this one has kind of been the replacement to that. And I really love this Dirt Devil because it's super powerful and it's fancy, it's unique. Even though it's like, 13 years old, it still works really good. Well, it's almost 13 years old. It was made in August of 2010. Now, I saw this vacuum on the side of the road. If you're wondering how I got it, I saw it on the side of the road when I was going to school on, I'm gonna have to say it was Wednesday morning. I saw this. And I was like, oh, I'm going to tell my mom about that vacuum when I get home. And I hope it's still there when I'm coming home from school. And it was. When my mom, when me and my mom went to go pick it up to see if it was there, it was still there once again. So I put it in my mom's trunk. I brought it home and I tested it. The hose was clogged, so I took it outside. I clogged the hose. And cleaned all that out, all the, the stuff in the hose. Then I washed it down a little bit because all of this was, had a bunch of dust and hair all over it. And one of the screws got stripped out, and I tried to take it apart, so I had to use a hammer and my flathead screwdriver just to get that screw out. So it has new screws in there now, and I put a new belt on it afterwards. So. Now we're going to try this out in the live stream. Alright. Yeah, I'm still going to clean the inside of this dirt cup because it is pretty dirty, especially at the bottom there. I definitely got to clean that out. So I'm going to work on that. But other than that,
this thing is perfect. I mean, I cleaned it up a little bit because it was definitely way dirtier when I got it. It was mainly all, you know, here. Oh, it had so much dust. I opened up the inside. There was dust all over that. I cleaned all that out. You can see what I'm talking about. At the end here, you know, that little clip there is chopped off, so I can't, you know, when I wrap the cord around it, you know, at the end I can't clip it on because it's not, you know. That's kind of annoying, but I mean, what can I do about it? It still works really good. It's nice and powerful. Has no attachments. I would need to get. It needs new attachments and it needs its new original filter, along with some more cleaning to it. And I'll even need a new cord that'll have the clip on here so I can clip the cord on it. Yeah, so it's not like just, you know. But yeah, it's got a nice stretch hose to it, which I like, because you know, some vacuums just have those plastic hoses that don't stretch out at all. I don't like those hoses. Those hoses are kind of useless. Because usually with hoses, you know, they're meant to stretch out, and if you have a vacuum that doesn't have a hose stretching out, it's kind of pointless. So that's why I like it when vacuums have stretch hoses. Even my red Dirt Devil here, this did not come with a stretch hose, so I had to take the stretch hose off my green Dirt Devil Featherlight bag, and I put it on this one. I took the old piece off of here that was from the green one, or the blue one rather. Did I call it the green one? Yeah. So this hose came from my blue Dirt Devil Featherlight bag, my older Dirt Devil. I took off that one's piece and I put the piece from this one onto this one. It fit perfectly, which I was really happy about. So now I use this hose for this vacuum and it works perfectly. I've had this hose on here for, you know, a while now, over a year. It's been working great. So definitely very happy with this vacuum. It, you know, it works really well. So I don't have much to complain about. But yeah. So let's see here. Freaking battery is getting low. Well, it's not low, but you know what I mean. Like, the battery power is going down even though the damn thing is plugged in the charger. So I'm gonna have to swap out the cord just so it'll charge. It's kind of annoying. Alright, let me get this alarm set up now.
Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan. Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan.
Alright guys, well, hopefully you enjoyed the fire alarm.
Hopefully you enjoyed the live stream in general. Be sure to like, subscribe, turn post notifications on to all, and this is Dale Soucier The Man signing off, and we'll talk to you later. Peace out, Felicity Reds.